Israel has captured a senior Hezbollah operative from the Lebanese coastal city of Batroun. According to the Israeli army, the operative serves as an expert in his field. On your screens is a CCTV footage now obtained by Reuters that purportedly shows Israeli naval forces capturing a person who's not been officially identified. Calling it the kidnapping of a Lebanese citizen, Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati has called for an investigation into the incident. The Israeli military said it had killed Jafar Khader Faour, a commander of Hezbollah's Nasir Brigade rocket unit in southern Lebanon. It added that he had been responsible for multiple attacks on Israel since October 2023. The IDF also released a footage showing what it said were airstrikes on multiple Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. And to discuss latest on this, I'm joined by DD India correspondent Akshay. Akshay, good evening. Now, what is the latest update on Israel's claim of capturing senior Hezbollah operative, as Lebanese officials continue to call it as a violation of UNSC Resolution 1701? Akshay.
Well, we do not have any clarification, Deepika, to be honest. The kind of naval raid that has been carried out, and as Lebanese authorities are calling it a kidnapping, but Israeli authorities are calling it capturing of an operative of Hezbollah who was involved in some special operations against Israel as well. Now, this was a special operation by the Israeli naval forces. They in fact have an expertise as far as these kind of naval raids are concerned. This has happened in the past as well. The secret agencies of Israel, especially Mossad, has been somewhat of an expert as far as these kind of naval raids are concerned. But when it comes to the whereabouts of this person who has been kidnapped are concerned, the Israeli authorities have not spoken about it as of now when it comes to the clarification on the purpose and the reason behind this kind of an operation that has been carried out in Lebanon. When we talk about this resolution of United Nations that you're talking about, it sort of is a violation according to the Lebanese government and the authorities because the resolution calls for disarmament of not just Hezbollah but also the Israeli armed forces from the border. It calls for pulling back of the Israeli forces from Lebanese borders. It also calls for de-escalation of these kind of operations into each other's territory that can be seen as intrusive or aggressive, especially when it comes to abductions of any of the citizens of the country. So yes, there it is a kind of a violation that has happened, but whether the Israeli authorities are going to state or rather give a clarification for it or state a reason for it, that remains unknown as of now.
And also now this is being seen as another attempt to call for a stronger negotiation to end the war. But will it be successful in that form, in that line, or is it going to call for another planned response from Hezbollah? Akshay.
Well, from the responses that we have seen, Deepika, be it the starting of the conflict to the middle of the conflict and now the escalation of conflict, especially the spillover that's taking place, the call for any kind of de-escalation is falling on deaf ears, unfortunately. We have seen that the kind of response that we are getting from both the sides, and now with larger nation involved in this particular conflict, we are talking about Iran. There are no signs of de-escalation as of now, but only escalation from what we are seeing and from the point of view the world is viewing this conflict. Now, we just played out the bite of the Supreme Leader of Iran. He's saying that Iran will be giving a tooth-breaking response to the Israeli strikes. However, US saying that if Iran attacks again, then it won't be able to hold Israel back. So there it clearly goes. Any hopes of de-escalation clearly going right into the bin. And we cannot expect any kind of de-escalation coming in without the leaders actually making a strong case for it or a strong call for it. But here, both the sides, it seems that are looking to fulfill their objectives, whatever they have, when it comes to the war or the conflict that has been going on. So it remains highly unlikely that any de-escalation will be taking place with both Iran giving these kind of statements and Israel conducting these kind of naval operations in foreign land.
All right. Thank you so much, Akshay, for joining us and bringing us the latest on the current unfoldings which are happening between the two.